go to Dennis Kelly when he comes up and talks. My name is Jean McAllister. I'm the Chief of Staff here at Atlantic Cape Community College and the founder of Dennis Kelly. Dennis came to the college for a visit back in September, and I offered him a tour of the Mays Landing campus. I could tell from the time when we walked around the campus, he was in awe about how far we had come, and he was reminiscing about what it was like back then. We discussed that he was a student and an athlete, so when this opportunity came up for someone to be the keynote speaker for our athletes, I thought of Dennis Kelly right away. A little about Dennis. Dennis started his education at ACC in 1973, and in 1973 and 74, he played and received varsity letters in 3 sports we do not have here: cross country, golf, and tennis. He then left to serve his country during the Vietnam era, and then came back to ACC and finished his Associate of Arts in Liberal Studies in May of 1978. During this time, he was a featured columnist in the college paper, The Gazette, and worked in the building and grounds during the summer, hand mowing the grounds. I know, we thought it was the manual one, but he had a little power to his set. He continued on at Fairleigh Dickinson University, one of our college partners, where he received a Bachelor of Arts degree and holds a Master of Business Administration. Dennis has an impressive 30-year career in higher education, working in several colleges, including, but not limited to, Seminary College, Marywood University, where he met his wife Susan, Georgian Court University, and is currently the Senior Vice President, Chief Enrollment Officer at Wilmington College in Ohio. When I read through his bio, I was really touched by his effort that extended beyond the job positions the most. Dennis Kelly has been recognized by the White House and the Pennsylvania House of Representatives for the development and the promotion of educational opportunities for families of American troops serving in Iraq. Kelly organized outreach of Phi Theta Kappa students during the Hurricane Katrina relief effort to encourage fellow colleges to match Marywood's tuition and campus housing aid for PTK students who were displaced from the Gulf Coast colleges caused by the disaster. Dennis has the total package: an athlete, a successful Atlantic Cape grad, and one who really cares about others. I am so proud to introduce to you today an alum, a fellow Buccaneer, Mr. Dennis N. Kelly.
It's an honor to be here today. I'd like to thank the President and Administration for this glorious welcome. I'd like to acknowledge my wife Susan, who's with me today. And I'd like to have a shout out to Jean. Like she said, it was a year ago. I came back to the campus. I realized very quickly that I had to be more engaged for one. Jean wants me to tell you my story that really can be your story. I'll try to be brief, and I'll summarize. And I guess if I had a title, it would be a question. And the question would be, where were your Buccaneer education carried out? I was born in Atlantic City in a family of 5. I had 2 older brothers. We loved all sports. Basketball was our favorite. My parents decided to send us to parochial schools. So that meant I played with my best friends after school on Saturday, but competed against them in high school, which was difficult. I first found out about this great institution in 1971 when my brother Pat attended as the first hotel restaurant cohort at the college. He also played golf and was a reserve member of the '71 championship team, but I'm going to remind you when he transferred, they still won without him. During my senior year, my brother transferred to accept a basketball scholarship at Florida International University. My father decided to take me to two institutions to further my education career, Stockton and ACC at the time. We agreed at the end of January to make our decision, but unfortunately Dad passed away in January, so my mother and I made the decision to attend here, something I will never regret. In the summer orientation, I met two individuals in this building that shaped my career here. Bob Sardis and Reese Rudick, who was my coach. Reese also said that being a student athlete, he would be my academic advisor, and he would keep me on pace to graduate in 2 years. I ran cross country, and we did very well, even though archery still rocks, basketball and baseball dominate. We held our own. He made me co-captain after our second meeting. He also enrolled me in a class that you probably have called gym here now, but it was called recreation. It was a class that you learned to play sports or played those sports a little better than you started. He noticed that I had an above average golf and tennis game. So as a coach, he recruited me to play simultaneously two sports at once and promised me that I would compete. But there was a catch. How many left-handers do we have in the room? He said to me, when you play golf, because our home course is Mays Landing, there are many holes that favor a lefty. So when we play at Mays Landing, you will play the better players. And when you play away, you'll play the lesser players. And sure enough, he was very successful. Tennis was a little bit more dynamic. He told me as a lefty I would frustrate any player I would play if they played for the first time. So I played against the #1 player, even though I was the 5th player. And he told me simply, I want you to frustrate your opponent, keep him out there as long as you can, so when he plays first doubles, he'll be tired and frustrated and will beat you. Sure enough, I accomplished that task with a 0-8 record, but the singles doubles team I was not on was 7-1. Later on in the career, he allowed me to play people at my own level, and I did pretty well. As you know, it's tough to be the lefty the first time around. After the first year, life was great. I had a B average. I had 3 varsity levies. I also wrote for the school newspaper, and silently this college minimized the memory of my dad and my brothers, which I'm grateful for. It kept me busy. So it was very simple. Just replicate last year and graduate with an associate degree. Little did I know, in the summer of 1974, Reese Rudicker made me the captain of the cross-country team. So I immediately recruited my best friend who was better than me, and then we both recruited our high school senior friend who was better than both of us. We're very competitive. But during that semester, the Vietnam War kept on raging. And there were many discussions in my classroom and at my soccer practices when I would help the soccer team out about the situation. For some reason, I got to calling and I started to talk to my professors and my coaches about enlisting. Obviously, there was mixed reviews, but they helped me take a leave of absence the right way, and after my last final and completed my classes, instead of driving home to my mother in Atlantic City, I went to Philadelphia and I enlisted. Fast forward, my 4th week in the military basic training in Fort Dix, I thought that ACC was a memory. Boy, was I wrong. When I opened up my uniforms, I was one of the few people to have a private stripe on either shoulder. And I asked why. He said, "You're a college boy. You have a year in college, you'll get paid more than anybody else." There was a lot of pressure. They said to me, if you finish basic really with good grades and good physical education marks, you'll probably pick your MOS that you want to study, and you'll be promoted again. So I exactly did that. I went to quartermaster school for accounting and finance, and I finished 9th out of 1,500 in Fort Lee, Virginia. Unfortunately, I got my papers to go overseas. Everybody was going to fly to Germany, and then you would decide where you went. Korea, Vietnam, or a destination I was never determined. When I landed in Germany 3 weeks later, the United States of America pulled out of Vietnam. Now everybody came back to Germany. My paperwork was lost in the shuffle. But again, my college credits helped me out. A new colonel was being stationed in Germany. He wanted bright men and athletic men. And we were assigned to him. And I was asked to be one of those men. And I gladly accepted. I got promoted twice more. And something else happened that was inspiring. When I was here, my picture's out there in the hallway, I was a skinny 5'11", 160 pounds. And I grew to be 6'2", 210. And I could play basketball at the level I wanted. So they allowed me to go out to the Army overseas team, and I made it. And we went to the championship. But my brother kept telling me when we were about to re-enlist, you gotta go back to college. I want you to get your degree. I want you to go back to college. I immediately thought of this institution because I was a year away from getting the degree. So 14 days after I was home, I had a full-time job at Spencer Gifts on the graveyard shift, and I decided to enroll at the Atlantic City Hospital for the night program. But it wasn't the same. I did it too quickly. And I'm embarrassed to tell you I withdrew from my classes. I wasn't ready. I was discouraged. But I did the right thing. I went back to the place that took care of me. And my coach saw me. And he said, look, I can't be your advisor anymore because you're not an athlete. But I will make sure you meet somebody that will get you done. You need one class in the summer, and you need 1 year of full-time study. And by the way, do you have a job? I said, I have a job I don't like. The hours are bad, and I'm a young man. I want to be out. He said, do you want to mow the lawn here on my driveway? I said, absolutely. He says, I'll let you take that class in the summer. Life is great, and I'll hurry up. Now my brother wanted me to transfer up north to New Jersey, and I was a semester from leaving. And my great advisor, his name escapes me, said, no, we're working on something, but it's not released yet. I didn't pay attention, and I applied, but I didn't leave, and I got a rejection letter. And the rejection letter said, we're not going to take all your credits. I'm a vice president over 30 years in this business, and those two words that I didn't understand then were called articulation agreement. This college was the first, and I would be the first one to have it. So I reapplied, stayed here, enrolled, graduated with over 3.2, and I won the scholarship because of that articulation agreement, that outstanding advisement. All I can tell you about my undergraduate years were I did everything I could in and out of the classroom. School newspaper, radio station, student government, theater. My athletic intercollegiate career was done, but we won 3 club championships in football, horseshoes, and baseball. You put a ball and a stick in my hand, I could do pretty well. I will tell you that I liked it so much they offered me a teaching fellowship for my MBA at that institution. I will tell you my career, which has spanned 41 years, 26 as a dean or senior vice president, the other actually with 8 years, that was under 15, a 10-year faculty member in marketing, directorships. I dedicated myself to transfer students because I was a trainer. I made sure at the institution that I served as vice president in the Philadelphia area and 3 in this state, that transfers would have articulation agreements and good scholarships. No vice president of enrollment, public or private, had higher scholarships and Phi Theta Kappa transfers than my institution, and no vice president signed more articulations during my time than I did. In summary, this institution, Atlantic Cape Community College, provided me with strong roots to support my academic and professional endeavors. And when I gained the experience, those roots turned into wings. And I soared to the top level of my profession, and those wings have carried me around the world. I am humbled that those wings have brought me 360 back here today. So in closing, you've heard my story. I wonder what's going through your minds, and I'll add with the same question I started with. Where will your Buccaneer education carry you? Thank you very much.